Welcome back, everyone, to another edition of Combat Corner, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. I'm your host, Rudy Rodriguez Showmont. If you haven't done so yet, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell, leave a comment. Let us know your thoughts on the content we're bringing you as we continue to bring you the best coverage in combat sports. Appreciate y'all continued support of the channel. I'm excited today because I have a guy who's fighting for the strap next Saturday night in the Hollywood Hard Rock Hotel and Casino at BKFC 78, undefeated in the BKFC, 3-0, fighting for the interim strap at the flyweight division. I bring to you, ladies and gentlemen, Andrew Legend Strode in the building. He is out of Denver, Colorado. Correct? Denver?
Yes, Mile
Mile.
High. Mile
You're
High.
rocking your triple double jersey right there, Nikola Jokic. Welcome aboard to the show. I appreciate you, Andrew. Andrew, what is it like knowing you've had obviously knowledge now for 2 months or so about this fight? What has the training been like for you? We're a week out, and what's going through you? How are you feeling right now going into this fight?
I'm feeling great. Training been really excellent. Been training my ass off every day. Every second, 3 4 times a day training because I'm doing this full time right now. I do have a job, but I'm really doing this full time. So it's been great, getting ready for next week. I'm going there and I'm put belt to ass to the cut man and much respect to him, but I'm gonna show him what the Mile High 20th Street and Market's like.
You train at altitude, obviously. We're at sea level. I'm in South Florida in Pompano Beach, so I'm like 10, 15 minutes from the Hard Rock. So I'll be in the building next week. I can't wait for it. It's a big week, obviously, with the Champions Summit on Thursday night. You got weigh-ins Friday. Weigh-ins down here are different though. It's in a club.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
in a
yeah,
club.
yeah, yeah. I
Have
seen
you
that.
been down here yet? Have you been to South Florida?
Yeah, I've been to South Beach and like
Mhm.
Bayside and stuff, but I have
Mhm.
not been to Hard Rock yet.
It's different. It's different. I can tell you that you fought in Uncasville um, just a few months back. You went into enemy territory and you had a great performance. Talk about that fight and what that fight was like for you, because I mean you're going into enemy territory now. You're doing it again. You're coming to someone else's backyard to fight for a title. And what was that like? And what can you take from that experience fighting Randall back in February?
It was a good fight. It was different for me, fighting somebody with that kind of style, but I got used to it after like the second round. I also, people didn't know, I broke my hand in this beginning of the second round and wasn't be able to throw it really as much, so I was just jabbing. So, and also I was like, I don't know what it was, no excuses, but I was like low key tired before the fight. So it's like one of those off nights. That's why I thought my performance was like a D or C plus. But
Mhm.
I'm really ready for this next fight. Randall was a great fight, and I'm ready to show the world, show everybody that I'm the next 125 king, and
Mhm.
and everybody will see it, and hopefully I'll see John Dodson out there, and after this fight we could get it going after too.
You're fighting G the Cutman Perez. He's the BKFC Cutman. I know he knows you. I talked to him actually today a little earlier, and he's cornered you for cuts. What
Yes.
is what is that? What is that like for you as a fighter who's now going to compete against him, and how the circle is in which he does takes care of your cuts, and then you're going to fight him next week.
Yeah,
You
like I
know.
said, he been getting the front row of every single of my fights. You know what I mean? Watching me and getting all the clues, and because he actually, my last fight when I fought Randall, he was in the opposite corner with Randall,
Okay.
so I could tell he was scouting me out before. You never know, scouting me out, but it's okay. You know what I mean? I fight different every fight. Much
Mhm.
respect to him, but I'm gonna go in there and put these hands on him. He's not he. Straight out of Denver, this left and this right. That's what's gonna win the fight. This left and this right.
You train with Marcus Edwards and Chris Camozzi, correct?
Yeah. I train at the Genesis gym, and I with a couple MMA fighters, good boxers, all types, versatile. So anything he wants to bring, I'm be ready for it.
Talk about training with guys like that. I mean, I've talked to Marcus, great dude, and I hope he gets his opportunity in the next few months. But talk about training with guys like that, these championship level fighters, top of the division, and what that does for you in your career.
Yeah, I've been training Genesis for about like 6, 7 years. With all of them, there it just gives me motivation to know where the professional stage is. But also, I've been training at this level. Back in the day in 2017, 18, I was training with the TNT gym with Floyd Mayweather,
Okay.
and I was actually staying with Floyd Mayweather Senior. You know what I mean? I was in the midst with all of them. I used to spar Tiafimo, and Devin
Mm,
Haney was at the gym all the time, and so I've been around. I've been around the game for a long time, like using these hands and sparred the best. Like Terrence Crawford, I sparred him like 3 times in Colorado Springs. Yeah, like I've been around the game.
wow.
I've been fight boxing for 20 years. All the top fighters that are professionally and world titles, I actually fought them. A couple people, so I've just been
Okay.
around. You know what I mean? And I'm ready to show the world that all this last 20 years prepared me for this fight.
You mentioned Devin Haney. I'm going to ask you this. This is completely off of BKFC. But what went into? Did you ever ask him why he wore those like joggers to fight Ryan Garcia? They look like the heaviest damn shorts on earth. I mean, we all seen it. We're in essentials, and they're thick, they're heavy, waterlogged. I mean, what went into that outfit?
I don't know. I don't know. That I would never wear no stuff like that. That is crazy. And then he didn't really look that good either. So it's like, yeah, he has to rethink his clothing or talk to his whoever makes his outfits for him because I would never accept that.
I know that people want to look good, they feel good, they look good or whatever, but I'm more worried about winning than looking good. Just let me win.
Right,
I'll
right.
fight in some speedos if I had to. If that's what makes me win. Yeah, I've always wondered that. What is it like sparring against someone like Terrence Crawford? And the fact, he's gonna fight Canelo in September at 168 pounds. This dude is gonna put on 20 more pounds to fight. I mean, Crawford's a thick dude, but
Yeah.
I mean, what is it like sparring as a guy like that? And what do you learn from sparring a guy like Terrence Crawford?
I sparred Terrence Crawford back in like probably 2017, and then
Mm,
I recently like around 20 during COVID, pre-COVID and pre-COVID like 2020. So it was like a great experience. He did hit me with a couple shots that I mean I'm 40 pounds lighter than him, and he was like we're working on some shit, but um, is probably the best person I ever sparred or fought in my ever in my
mhm.
life. And I sparred top champions right now that are world champions and stuff. But I feel like he's literally legit, and I never sparred Canelo, so I wouldn't know how good he is. But I'm sure over legacy and what he's been carrying this generation behind Floyd
Mhm.
Mayweather and in boxing wise. So I just feel like it's a 50-50 fight to me. You know what I mean? You never know. Styles make fights, you know what I mean? So I we
Talk about
watch it.
talk about the style of this fight, and what have you seen from G Perez and things that you think you can go after? I mean, you do have the longest arms on earth for a guy who's 5'8",
Yeah.
74 inches. I mean, you have the reach of a 6'2" person. That obviously helps. That lets you pop a jab for sure. I
Yeah.
mean, talk about what you've seen from him, and obviously you don't have to reveal your secrets or what have you, but anything that you've seen that when you're watching his fights, what your
Uh,
thoughts are.
Honestly, I know he comes from boxing background, so he's been boxing for
Mm,
maybe 20, 30 years. And I know I seen it all in amateur and learning the pros. I seen all types of punches, and I feel like he's a great boxer and he has good power. But I just feel like me just outspeed. I outspeed everybody. You know what I mean? That's
mhm,
where I work. Speed equals power. A lot of people don't know that,
mhm,
and I try to use speed to my advantage because I'm already quicker than 95% of the people. So I try to be even quicker than myself.
mhm. You try to be quicker than yourself? How do you do that?
I try to every day. I try to be a little quicker than I was yesterday.
Do you look in are you in a mirror like looking at yourself? I gotta get this combo out faster, something like that.
Yeah.
What brought you into BKFC? I mean, you were a boxer. You mentioned what brought you into BKFC and making that shift in your career?
Honestly, I wanted more. Like I tell everybody like what made me join BKFC. I wanted more. I feel like boxing was like after I went 6-3, I felt like it was nothing there for me unless I would like honestly fight on the road and B side my whole career, and I just felt like I'd rather fight something that I know I'm better at because I feel like I'm a better bare knuckle fighter than I am a boxer because the style and how it is. I just feel like I'm really aggressive and savage for bare knuckle. Than boxing, it was just like I could sit there and get hit because it'd be too easy for me to, you know, and to sit there. You know what I mean? And bare knuckle, you can't sit there. So I'm always like elusive and watching out for every punch.
So you found yourself maybe getting lazy in boxing, that you're just taking shots at you because you don't feel
Yeah,
like moving, or because you take the shot and it doesn't do anything to you.
yeah. I just felt like it
Okay.
wasn't. It wasn't like it was too easy for me, and I know people would be like, "Boxing's never easy," no combat sports easy. I just felt like I came to because I was 6-0 when I got my first loss, and I was all my fights. If you look on Boxrec and everything, I fought on other people's promotion, beating their guy, and they were
Mhm.
undefeated. So I just felt like it got a little bit too easy where I was like not pushing myself, and now I know I got bare knuckle and I got a new combat sport where hopefully in 10 years I could be somebody kids could look up to and follow in my footsteps as I'm following in the people before me in 2018 with the start of BKFC. So I just want to be future legend, like I say, my nickname is, and give people hope and be one of the greats at this, and hopefully have people talk about me in 10 years.
When you got in that first fight in BKFC, did you was there a feeling process in that fight that you like, or did you just automatically feel real comfortable? Because you talk to guys where their first fight when they come over from boxing, sometimes they've thought about it some way, and then they get in there like, oh no, this is different. Because if you're moving backwards in BKFC, to me, you're largely losing. I
Yeah.
know there's the chance that you can land that counter, but it's more often than not, when you're moving the wrong direction, you're losing that fight in BKFC. What was that experience for you moving over from boxing to BKFC?
Honestly, my manager, Bushman Sports, yeah, he just like was like, "Hey man, I know you've been boxing, but I got this new thing, bare knuckle, going on, and I know like Mike Alvarado during I think it was a 47 in Denver or one of them the year before I made my debut where Mike Perry and Connor was in the ring together. But
Yeah.
um, honestly, I did not have no idea what the fuck was going on when I when I signed up for it. I was like, oh, we're fighting and we could use hands and we could do the half clinch and half style clinch. I'm like, no elbows, no knees, no takedowns. I'm like, that's perfect because my whole life I've been fighting in and out of the ring, so it's like this would be like perfect for me. And at first I did not know what was going on. My parents were there, my family was there because they didn't have any idea what was going on, and we are just there. And I just fought, and I was like, after I fell in love with it, I was like, ooh, this is like a new experience to me, but I had no idea what the fuck is going on at first.
So you thought you weren't going to get taken down, and then you got double legged by Chancey Wilson, where he picks you up over his shoulder and drops you on your back. It looked like it hurt. You weren't, but you dropped him 6 times in this fight. We're talking about that experience. I mean, you're fighting a guy and you're whooping his ass, and then and then what happens? He tries to take you down, go MMA style.
Honestly, I was like hyped the whole fight because he was barking at me backstage and talking and
Mm.
getting me all hyped. So I came in the fight hyped, and then I knew it was gonna be one of those banger fights where we're going at it or somebody was gonna go down because it was that intensity. But once he slammed me, I was like, okay, you want to slam me? And I got really mad, but it doesn't show on the video. But like my facial expression, but I was really mad after that. I was like, I gotta stop him because there's no way he's just gonna slam me like WWE and get away with it. And
Did
then
it
there,
hurt? Did it hurt?
yeah, it
Did it
hurt,
hurt?
stung a little bit at first, and then it went away. And I was like,
Mhm.
okay, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready.
Because you see guys. I mean, a lot of times when something like that happens, I've seen it of late more than I'm used to. Guys looking for a way up, but you're winning big, and it's like
Yeah,
you've dropped him multiple times in this fight, and it's almost like this is the only thing he can resort to try to get to you or some which way or what have you, and so forth. But you know, y- you fight. I mean, I've looked things up on you, and obviously I've learned about your story from watching some other stuff. You fight for different reasons than a lot of people. I'm presuming. I mean, the things that you've gone through in your life, I don't know that any man could ever understand. What is it like for you? You know, and obviously, if you want to talk about it, I don't know if you do
Yeah.
or not, but losing your child, your son, and the mother of your child, and how that has shaped your life and how you have overcome, because you're never going to get over it, but how you've overcome to get to this point. Because that's only 3 years ago from what I saw, which is, again, I have children. I understand. I can't even imagine.
Yeah, it's been real hard for me. I have two children besides that, but so I gotta be a motivator. Yeah,
Hmm.
it's the last 3 years been really hard. Every day it's been hard. Going through what I go through. That's why I fight. I mean, I want to motivate people because I'm not the only one that lost a child. I'm not the only one that's going through crazy stuff during this time. So I
Hmm.
just want to be a motivator and push people like anything's possible. I know everybody says that, but like I'm really showing people like I was literally out 3 years ago sitting on the couch drinking beer and what I mean after I lost my son and my mother and my child. I was just sitting there and I was like, damn, what is next? Do I just continue with life or do I just sit in this whole depression hole and get out of it? So it's been hard every day. I think about them all the time, and this is why gonna win the belt for it, and this is why I do this, and my story is just gonna continue because I just feel like this is the start of it, and this is my legacy. Stuff happens for a reason. I mean, I can't really keep bringing it up. I gotta live past that because I also have other kids on the way and
Hmm.
loved ones and family members and everybody watching that to show them, I'm stronger than this, no
Hmm.
matter what. Yeah, it's hard, but you got to continue with life because they're still watching over me.
Hmm. You have a daughter I saw on your Instagram as well. A young, how she even a year old yet?
Yeah, she's just turned a year old.
What was her birthday?
Uh, yeah, June 6th, she just turned.
Ah,
Yeah.
my son just turned a year old on June 1st, so they're 5 days,
Yeah.
6 days apart. Yeah.
Congratulations.
We
Happy birthday.
thank you. We were both sitting in a hospital, I guess, about the same time last year. Yeah. I don't like those hospital beds for couch.
Oh,
They're not
no.
beds. It's like a piece of wood for a couch. But talk about with your newborn baby and the newborn daughter and so forth. Do you have another child besides that as well?
Yeah, I got one on the way.
Oh, on the way.
Yeah,
So I said
way.
one
So,
is coming. So
yeah,
when
coming. So,
when is the due date for your next baby?
August, so that'll be a
Jesus.
good surprise for the belt and stuff. Well, not a surprise. It'll be a good welcome for two
Is it
girls.
another girl? Okay.
Yeah,
And so I mean, what is it like? You have now your baby girls, one now and one coming on the way, and you're fighting in the biggest fight of your life, literally a month before that, before having another baby.
yeah. It's a dream come true.
Hmm.
Like I said, I never thought this would happen 3 years ago, but I'm more than thankful for the opportunity and grateful. Um, So I got to make the best of it. And I'm just here to, like, besides winning the belt, I know that's everybody's goal. I just want to give everybody a good show and be a household name in BKFC so I can make a living off of it because, I don't really have like a main job I do, what I mean? Like, out, like, for work. So it's
Yeah.
like I just want to, my whole life, I just been training to train and box. So that's what I want to do. Hopefully, after this fight, I could become a the second champ from Denver and become full time in this stuff so I could just
Hmm.
cause sky's the limit after this, you know what I mean? If I really train full time without like working a regular job, I'll be 10 times better than what I am now, you know what I mean? So
Yeah. David Mundell told me after he's basically he quit his job finally, going into this last fight or the fight before, where he's
yeah.
finally been able to just focus on training only. So obviously, it definitely makes a difference for every fighter, I'm sure. To because I mean that can wear you out. I'm sure working a full time job, then training hours and hours and hours. Looking at the BKFC from when you started in the BKFC to now, you have this big event next week with Conor McGregor, this champion summit. Every champion is there. You'll be there, I'm sure, watching it, and probably while you're in your weight cut. And yo, Dodson, where you at? Uh, I mean, it's gonna be fire. I'm sure. And then Conor McGregor brings an energy that I mean, it's like never seen anything like this guy.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts of where the BKFC is at now in comparison to when you got to the BKFC? Because in 3 years, it's gone through the roof.
Yeah, when I started, it was like just I feel like it was like them bringing in fighters and trying it out. But now,
Mhm.
like I seen like the final project and like their
Yeah.
final stuff, and I just feel like this is like really great for us and for me and for BKFC because look how fast we've grown and how much like a lot of people, like some of my friends, didn't even know what BKFC was when I started, but now everybody's like, "Oh, I know what that is. I watch it," and like half of them watch it. So it's like, imagine in 5 years, you know what I mean? It's gonna be really big. I feel like it's gonna surpass UFC and boxing because, honestly, for me, I know. No talking shit to boxing, but I just been really dying down. Really, like it's not. It's always like you know what they want and what they politics, you know. But bare knuckle is like you can't play politics in that because it's bare knuckle. Like boxing, you can match somebody with 20 and 0 fighting one 8 and 15 fighter. You know he's gonna win. But bare knuckle, if 8 and 15 fighter fights a 20 and 0, you never know.
I'm glad you brought that up actually, because when you as a former boxer, can you watch a boxing card from beginning to end without going to sleep? And I love boxing, but I don't think anyone cares about the 4 round fight at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and or the 8 round fight. And now you got 6 different fights. And then now we're getting to the main card. Okay, now we all want to watch. We're here to watch the one fight or the two fights, on that card. In BKFC, if you don't turn that thing on in the first fight, you might miss the greatest knockout you've ever seen in your life. And,
Yeah,
and that's
yeah.
what I think is such a draw. It's a draw for me because I love boxing. But am I going to watch the fights on the Canelo Crawford card under that fight? Probably
And,
not. I'll wait for Canelo and Crawford, and then I'll turn that shit on. When you look at MMA, I think MMA now. I'm a huge UFC fan, but I think people have
Mhm.
grown a little tired of the hugging on the ground, especially when it's wrestling where no one's trying. The person's not trying to finish the fight; they're just
Right,
keeping position. You don't get that in BKFC. BKFC, you better come out ready to fight, or you're gonna get knocked out in 10 seconds. And
right,
that's, I
right.
mean, you saw the fight. Did you see that Jose Nilda, whatever his name is, Silva, um, Jose Naldo, whatever his name was,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the fight where he got dropped 3 times, and then hits this shot from another planet, and knocks the dude out after he's getting his ass kicked. You
yeah.
see the Bobby Henry fight a couple weeks back, huge
Uh-huh.
fight. He's losing 4.5 rounds, and lands his uppercut.
It's
Guy goes
gaming.
to sleep.
Uh-huh.
Is that what draws you so much to BKFC, and what people need to understand is like you're gonna get high paced action.
Yeah, and that's why I do. You know what I mean? People don't know like I'm a very offensive fighter. People only see the defense because how good I am, and I've been working towards my defense forever. So I always like this fight is definitely gonna be a banger with me and Cutman because I feel like he comes forward and he's not gonna back down, and I'm definitely like I tell everybody he's gonna have to kill me to get the belt because I've been through pain, all types of pain, and nothing, no body shots, no face punches, no nothing's gonna stop me from not getting that belt.
Are you gonna cry if you win?
Yeah, definitely, it's gonna be a dream
that
come
that
true.
that's gonna be the ultimate emotion, winning a championship with all you've been through, for sure. I have no doubt about it. Um, do you have any plans after this fight? I mean, you gonna stay in South Florida for a few days, or you going right back to Denver to
The
do your
goal is to stay to South Florida a couple of days and
yeah.
enjoy. touch the beach, because before
Mhm.
my fight and during my fight, I'm really focused on business,
Mhm.
and making sure I'm on weight, making sure I'm well rested and ready to go because there's going to be no excuses July 12th.
How's your weight coming along right now?
I'm good. I'm like 134. I'm fluctuate. I
Mhm.
fluctuate from 135 to all the way down to like 128. It depends. I sometimes be on weight. It just depends.
Wow.
Yeah,
So
my
your weight your weight cuts easy then.
yeah, it's weight
Seems
cuts easy. I don't gotta eat
okay.
salads and leaves and seeds to make weight. I'm good.
Could you fight at 35 also?
Yeah, yeah, that's the plan after this. After this fight, we'll really lock in to see what it is. If we gonna fight John Dotson, because that's the goal. After this, no, not never overlooking G. It's gonna be a good fight,
Mhm.
but that's the goal to fight Dotson. And if not, then I'll move up to 135.
Mhm. Who corners you for these fights? Do any of the fighters corner you? Do you have just the coaching staff, or how does that
Oh
work?
yeah, my dad. My dad actually been my
Okay.
trainer for my whole life for
Oh.
since I was 8. So for boxing, so he been training me and getting me ready for this fight. And also like Jake from Genesis been helping out and other coaches, you know what I mean? I'm big in Denver, for fighting. Everybody knows who Team Strode
Mhm.
is. So they help, and shout out to Denver, shout out to all my sponsors, CD Wings, GMB, KO Roofing, and BSM. Thank you for everything, and I'm gonna show what the Mile High gets down and how we get down.
What do you have tickets? Are you selling tickets for this fight? I mean, it's tougher because you're not down here and
Yeah.
people traveling. I mean, you do have tickets for sale? I'll definitely include your Instagram in the description of the video if people want to reach out to you for tickets.
Um. I'm not selling tickets, but I do have like 40 people, 50 people going down with me from
Nice.
Colorado, so we're gonna be ready. But they should have some tickets on sale. It's almost sold out if I'm
No,
not
yeah.
mistaken, because it's like they had to add a extra section up there because I already know it's gonna be big.
Yeah, they
So,
they they're selling this thing out for sure, and I know all these guys down here in South Florida sell tickets like crazy. I mean, they go out like hotcakes here, you know. But man, I appreciate your time. Any final messages for your fans for this fight to your opponent? Um, what do you have for them? Because this is the fight for your this is the fight of your life. The opportunity you've been waiting for, chance to make your dreams come true. I mean, what are your comments to your thoughts and comments to your fans and your opponent?
First, I want to say thank you, Combat Corner, Rudy, for
Appreciate
having
you,
me
man.
on. I really
Thank you.
appreciate it. It's been a blessing to be on, and also for all my fans and the cut man. Be ready because it's the Strode Show, baby, and we going down to Miami, and we will be bringing the belt home, the 125, and this is just the start of greatness. You know what I mean? I'm really gonna put belt to ass, and not only that, I'm gonna knock him out and show the world who I am.
Well, I appreciate you, Andrew Legend Strode, folks. Again, this is Andrew Legend Strode. His Instagram will be in the description if you want to go follow him over there. Um, Looking forward to seeing this fight next week. It's the co-main event on the card. You don't want to miss this fight, ladies and gentlemen. Again, once again, I appreciate you, Andrew. This is Combat Corner, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. Come on now.
I've been down through the blood and the sweat. Guarantee you can know I'm a threat. I've been down through the blood and the sweat. And I ain't close to being done yet, I'm